Alright everyone, we are going to read through coronavirus together because as long as your book is open, you can always go somewhere. Hello Bookworm family, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Danny. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell because sometimes I post bonus footage like this video right now, and if the bell's not clicked, you're not going to be notified that I've posted. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, please be sure to do that. It is at @the_dancing_bookworm, and I post on there way more than I post on here, plus I post full book reviews and bookish content over there, so you should definitely go follow me there. Guys, the world is in chaos right now. It is insane. I can't even believe that we are living through this right now, to be perfectly honest. However, there are so many things out there that we can still do, and as a bookworm, as a booktuber, you know my main one is going to be read. Read, read, read. So I know a lot of my little dance nuggets out there are really needing school right now, you know, that I have so many kids at work who I know just love school. And I think that's awesome. I think it's awesome to have kids out there who love school. And I know some other kids who I don't know love school. I have met so many kids who are just like, school is my favorite and I want to be there all the time. When school's closed, it is a huge bummer. Everything is a huge bummer. You know, so many things are getting canceled. And guys, it's okay to be sad about that. Like, you don't have to feel happy all the time. I know it's a bummer. But one of the things that we can do is get together and read online. So this is something I thought about. I was like, how can I give back? How can I help? For my bookworm family out there, for my kids at dance who need something to do, how can I give back? So you know what we're going to do? We're going to have a book club. So I have 4 books in front of me right now. I have a book for grades, not so much ages, but grades, kindergarten through 2nd, a book for grades 3 through 5, a book for grades 6 through 8, and a book for high schoolers. For some books that you wouldn't really get a chance to read in school. So I've picked out books that I don't think kids have read in school before. If you have read it in school, then I have some backup options for you. But along with it, I have some guided questions. And what we're going to do is we're going to meet once a week online. So if you can't make it to when I post the video, don't worry. I'm not doing this live. I'm just going to do a video, post it, and then you guys can do it at your own leisure, your own pace. So breaking down the rules. First rule is you got to get the book. So how do we get books if everything is closed down, right? So there is this app called Scribd. It is spelled S-C-R-I-B-D. It looks like this. I don't know if you guys can see that because my camera is not going to focus. There we go. Thanks, camera. So this app is amazing. It offers audiobooks, ebooks, sheet music, guided reading, all this stuff on here. It is a great, great app. You're probably wondering, how much is this going to cost me? Nothing. The first 30 days of Scribd is free. So all you have to do is sign up for Scribd. So if you're one of my kids who are watching this video right now, you're going to have your mom or dad sign up. You do have to put a credit card number in, but if you cancel before the 30 days, you're not charged. So this, once you open it up, the app looks like this. As you can see, I'm currently reading Memoirs of an Imaginary Friend by Matthew Dix, and that's my first book on there, and I'm listening to that on an audiobook. However, all you have to do is go to the little search button right here, type in the book that you're going to be reading along with us, and you can have access to it. Now, that's great for all my books that are the grades 3 through high school. So anybody in 3rd grade or higher, that's how you can get your books. For the book that we're going to be reading for K through 2nd grade, you're going to have to use the Overdrive app. So that is a library app. So as long as you have a public library card, you can log on to this. So the app is just called Overdrive. So you're just going to go to the Overdrive app. I'll put the little logo up here somewhere. You're going to type in your public library, you're going to type in your library card, and you can borrow right on there, downloaded digitally. So same with Scribd, everything's going to be digital. Now, if you have physical copies of this book or any of these books, that's awesome. Follow along with your physical copy, I super support that. But you can download these books to a laptop, to a computer, to a tablet, to an iPhone, to anything you have that will allow downloads. So you don't have to stress. about not being able to download your books, okay? These are all ebooks, and some of them have audiobook options for my kids who prefer to listen, or you can have both. You can get the ebook and the audiobook and go at the same time. So whatever works for you. Find a way to get the books. It's super easy. You know, parents, it takes 5 minutes to download this app and it'll give kids something to do, okay? So I know that it's a little harder than if they just had the book sent home from school, but you know, what a great way to be using our electronics for reading, right? So my next thing is we have some specific dates and specific books that we're going to be doing here. So for my K through 2nd book that I'm going to show you guys in a few seconds, you're going to have, I was going to do it as a read along out loud, but you know what? You guys are big kids too. And if you struggle with any of the words, have mom and dad help you read it. If you really don't have anyone who can help you read it, reach out to me, or parents, if you know that you just don't have the time to help, go ahead, shoot me a message and I will help you through that moment, okay? But we're gonna do just a little mini chapter book for you guys. For my third through 8th grade, I have 2 books. One is grade level 3 through 5, and the other one is grade level 8 through 6. Now, both books hold the interest level for both of those sets of grade levels, and they're also kind of appropriate for both of those sets of age levels. So if you have already read the book that's 3rd through 5th grade and you want to be challenged, go ahead and read the book that's for middle schoolers. And if you're a middle schooler who just kind of wants something easier, something more laid back, go ahead and read the younger book. No one is making rules here. This is for fun. This is what makes reading fun. And I've even got my Elephant Piggy shirt on telling you guys, read, okay? Because this is what makes reading fun. Guided reading can also be fun. And I'm sorry if you don't find reading the most favorite thing in school, because it's awesome, guys, and I hope that I can change your mind through this little video series that we're going to be doing. So let's jump into it. Let's talk about the books and talk about when dates are going to be. I have my little cheat sheet on my phone right here, so I'm going to be looking at that. So if I'm not making eye contact, that's why. So for my kindergarten through 2nd graders, this is really exciting because I'm going to be having my niece do this along with me because she's in 1st grade, and I think that this is going to be a great thing for all of us. So we are going to be reading Junie B. Jones, and I'm going to be reading this on ebook, which is why it looks like this. Junie B. Jones, 1st Grader at Last, and this is by Barbra Park. So Junie B. Jones is a series of books, and we start with her kindergarten journey. Basically, she's going into 1st grade and she's not quite sure how she feels about it. All right, so lots of things happen in 1st grade. If you're already in 1st grade, you guys know it can be a little scary, but it's also really exciting, right? So we're going to follow Junie B. Jones on her adventure in 1st grade. So that's going to be our book for my kindergarten through 2nd graders. Now, my 3rd through 5th graders, or if you're in 6th through 8th grade and you want a little bit easier of a read, we're going to be reading Inside Out and Back Again. And this is by, I'm so sorry, I'm going to butcher this name, Thanhha Le. So this is about a young girl named Ha, and this takes place during the Vietnam War, which we're going to learn about in here. But basically what happens is the Vietnam War affects her life, affects her family, affects her living situation, and her family have to move to the United States. She's not sure how she feels about leaving home, and we kind of get a look at all the things that she went through to get from one place to another during a very difficult time. Now, this book isn't super lighthearted, which I was looking for because I wanted us to be able to laugh and smile and have a good time together. However, I think it's a very appropriate book for the time that we're going through right now. Things are a little crazy. We have to leave some of the things we love, stay home longer. You know, it's not a super happy time. So we're going to follow Ha's journey and see how she gets through this. The other cool thing about this book, other than that it's won a bunch of awards, is that it's written in verse. So if you guys have never read a verse book before, this is super cool. It's kind of written like poetry, but it doesn't have all that rhyming and the weird kind of talk that we associate poetry with. It's very much written like a story, but it's a super easy, quick read because it's written in verse. So for my middle schoolers, or if you're in 3rd through 5th grade and you want a little bit more of a challenge, we have True Confessions. This is by Janet Tashjian. I'm going to say that that's how she pronounces her last name. So this book is about True and her twin brother Eddie. Eddie has some developmental delays, and True has always wanted to cure him of that. When True was younger, she decided she wants to make her own TV show about Eddie, and she wants to feature him so that somebody will find a cure for him. So one day, a TV program decides that they are going to offer a contest to young aspiring filmmakers, and True decides to enter a documentary of the life of Eddie, and through that documentary she realizes just exactly the challenges he is facing and she is facing with all the things that he kind of has to offer, but she also starts realizing all the special things he has to offer as well. So this book is great diversity for learning about people whose needs are different than ours. You know, we can see all the things that Eddie can do and all the things that Eddie is going to need some extra assistance with. This is a great book, and a bonus about this book is that it's actually a Disney Plus movie too. So if you guys have Disney Plus, once you're done reading the book, feel free to go watch the movie and see what happens. It actually stars Shia LaBeouf, who has been in a bunch of movies like Transformers. He was in the show Even Stevens. He's known for a lot of great things. So it stars him, and it is such a good movie. So don't watch the movie first. We're going to read the book first. But afterwards, I think watching the movie would be great. You guys can see how it compares. The other cool thing about this book is while it does have some standard writing, it also has some mixed media and mixed formatting. So it's not only diverse in the fact that we get to learn about Eddie's needs, but it's diverse in the way that it's written as well. So we definitely have things like lists, but we also have steady chapters as well, which is really cool. So the next book is for my high schoolers. Now I am going to say that this is definitely a high school book. I would not recommend it to anyone who's younger than 9th grade. It deals with some heavy topics, but it is such a great book, and that is Far from the Tree by Robin Benway. So this book features Grace, Maya, and Joaquin, who were separated at birth. Well, they're siblings. They weren't triplets or anything. They're just siblings, but they were separated because they were given up for adoption. So they have the same birth mom, but they were all given up for adoption. One day, Grace decides that she wants to reach out to them, even though she's never met them before, because she has to give up a baby of her own. She's starting to realize all these things that she never thought she would care about her birth mother, and the only way she can think to deal with them is to find her biological siblings. Now she meets Maya, who's very well adjusted to her life, but she also meets Joaquin, who is still in foster care and never was adopted. So this book kind of follows their journey, and they decide that as the group of them, they're going to go out and find their birth mom. So it also follows the journey of not only them getting to know each other, but a journey of trying to find somebody who's been missing from their lives for so long. This book is got so much diversity in it, guys. There is different races, there's different family dynamics, and there's LGBT rep. There's so much in here. Like, I can't even think of it. I read this book 2 years ago. I can't even think of all the diverseness that's in here, but it is such a good book. This was one of my 5-star books from 2 years ago. I laughed, I cried, I had a great time with this. So this is what we're going to read together, and it is kind of chunky. I know it looks intimidating. It is almost 400 pages, but it's broken down in a way that we're going to get through it together. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, don't feel like you have to keep to the time restraints. These videos are not going anywhere, okay? So don't give up on the book just because you're not keeping up. I was that kid in school. I had a really hard time reading. I read really slow. Had a hard time reading and keeping up with the class. Don't feel like you have to do that. These videos are going to stay up. If you want to have a conversation with me 3-4 months from now because you finally finished the book, go ahead. I am always willing to talk books. So never feel like you have to be rushed. Now, if you're somebody who reads super fast and you find that you've gotten through one of the books really, really fast and you want some other options, you want to still be a part of this, but you want some other options that are like that book, go ahead and shoot me a message too, and I will give you tons of recommendations. Again, I'm always willing to talk books, so if you want somebody to talk about the books with, that's fine too. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get into the pre-read questions. So before we read these books, I kind of want to challenge you guys to come up with some answers. Now we're going to meet to go over these answers on specific days. So if you are reading Junie B. Jones, First Grader at Last, here are your important dates. I'm going to put them up on the screen too. We're going to meet for pre-reading questions on Wednesday the 18th. So that's this Wednesday. Now, you have to read up to page 25 by Wednesday the 25th, up to page 50 by April 1st, and done with the book by April 8th. Those are when we're going to discuss those things. So if you're not keeping up, that's okay, guys. Don't feel rushed. That's just when I'm going to post the videos for those sections, okay? So I am going to try to post around 5 o'clock every week. Now my schedule gets kind of busy sometimes, kind of depends on what's going on in my life, but I am going to make 5 o'clock a goal. If for some reason it's not up, don't worry. It's coming by the end of the night, okay? So it will be up hopefully around those times. I'm actually going to try to film the day before so that we can have it up on time. Now, if you're reading Inside Out and Back Again, your reading dates, I'm going to post up on the screen right now. Our pre-questions are also going to be on Wednesday the 18th, so I'm going to do both of those books on Wednesday the 18th. Now, obviously, I can't post both videos at exactly 5 o'clock, so Inside Out and Back Again is going to be at 6 o'clock because you guys are a little bit older. You can stay up a little later, okay? So that one's going to be at 6 o'clock. You need to read to page 90 by the 25th, read to page 180 by the 1st, and be done with the book on the 8th. Now we have True Confessions. If you're joining us for True Confessions, we're going to have our talks on Thursdays. So we're going to start with our pre-questions on Thursday the 19th. You're going to read to page 55 by the 26th, read to 110 by the 22nd, or read to 110 by April 2nd, and be done with the book by April 9th. And if you're reading far from the tree, because this book's a little bit more chunky, we have more to read. So we're going to go on Fridays. So you guys have the whole week to get through things. So if you are reading Far from the Tree, your pre-questions are going to be this Friday on the 20th. You're going to read up to page 125 by the 27th. Read up to page 250 by April 3rd, which is my birthday. And you're going to be done with the book on April 10th. So again, don't feel like you're stuck in those dates. If you read faster, if you read slower, we'll adjust for you. Just comment, message me, whatever you got to do, and I'm willing to help you adjust. So we're going to go over these pre-questions really quick. I'm also going to link them down below. So I'm going to have like a little spreadsheet for you guys that you can download, okay? So you're going to link that down below. I'm going to do my best to figure out how to make things download. I am not actually a teacher. I'm just a bookworm. So making things printable is not something I've done before. So we're going to try to figure it out together. However, if for some reason I can't make that work, feel free to screenshot the video and take it right from there. And also feel free to, message me if you have any questions about any of this stuff as well. Or if you would like things directly sent to you, go ahead and shoot me a message. It might take a couple days, depending on how many people need that. But feel free to do that, and I will do my best, do the best I can. My goal right now is just to have every kid reading. So whatever I can do to help you out as parents or kids, you just let me know, okay? So if you are reading Junie B. Jones, First Grader at Last, here are my pre-questions for you, okay? So trying to get it to focus. It does not like to focus on another screen, okay? So here are my pre-questions for you guys. So Junie B. Jones, First Grader at Last. My first question is, what do you think Junie will like about first grade, and what do you think she'll dislike? So for you kindergartners who aren't in first grade yet, you're probably reading this along with your parents, so maybe they could tell you what they really liked about first grade, or what they really didn't like, but you can tell us what you really liked about kindergarten, or what you didn't really like about kindergarten, okay? And if you're a second grader and you've already passed first grade, you can tell us what your first grade experience was like, or what your second grade experience was like, okay? So either one for you guys. Whatever you want to talk about, okay? But we're going to talk about Junie B. Jones right now, and we're going to talk about what do you think she'll like about first grade, and what do you think she'll dislike about first grade, okay? Because there's always something we like, and there's always something we don't like, right? So what are those two things you think are going to be for Junie B. Jones? My second question for my Junie B. Jones readers is, how did you feel on your first day of school this year? What do you think Junie B. Jones will feel like? So if you're in first grade, how did you feel on your first day of first grade? What do you think Junie B. Jones will feel like? So this is a little different than your likes and dislikes, right? Like, you can go to school and you can like the sandbox. You can go to school and you can like recess. You can go to school and you can like lunch, and you can dislike gym class, right? But what do you think she's gonna feel? So do you think she'll feel scared, happy, sad? What did you feel like? Were you sad to leave your mom? Were you so excited to go? So that's what you're gonna tell us what she's gonna feel like, what you think she's gonna feel like, okay? And the last thing I want you guys to do is draw a picture of 3 things you do during the school day. So it could be anything from a picture of a bus to a picture of the playground, okay? So 3 pictures. You can do them all on the same page if you want, or you can do 3 different big pictures, whatever you want to do, okay? And when you're done with those pictures, I would love to see them. So please, please, please send them to me, okay? You can message me on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever you want, okay? So I want to see those pictures. And also, I would love to hear your guys' answers to the question. So what we're going to do with our pre-question day, which is this Wednesday, is I'm going to come on and I'm going to answer all the questions, okay? So you guys get to hear my answers, and we're going to talk about what we think is going to happen in the book together on that day, okay? But if you guys answer these questions before Wednesday, and you want to be featured in the video, just go ahead, have mom or dad link either your pictures, have them put your answers down, whatever you want, okay? Whatever they want to do, whatever they feel comfortable with. They can send it private message, they can put it in comments, whatever they want to do. But if you want to be featured, just have them do that and have them put your first name, and I'll put you guys in the video, okay? If you do your pre-questions before Wednesday, all right? So if you are doing Inside Out and Back Again, all right, so our first question for this book is going to be, so the main character's name is Thanhha, and like I said, she's going from Saigon to the USA. So my first question is, what do you think Thanhha will enjoy about moving to the USA? So she's moving from a country that is currently under war in this book. So, you know, a very scary place, but it's still her home. So moving might not be all that exciting for her, right? But what is something you think she'll enjoy about moving? Especially here. What's something that we have in the United States that you think is unique about us? So it could be the Statue of Liberty. You know, it could be in buildings or certain museums, you know, wherever you guys go, certain malls. What do you think she would enjoy about moving here in a time that could be a little scary for her? Something that you could be like, hey, I think you'd really enjoy coming here because blank, blank, blank. Okay? So the next question is, this book is written in verse. So I showed you guys this already, but it's written in verse. Have you guys ever read a book written in verse or a different format before? And did you like it or did you not like it? So I prefer reading books in verse, but I want to know what you guys think. Do you like it or do you dislike it? And the last thing I want you guys to do is draw a picture of a country you would like to visit or move to. And what I want you to do in this is also draw their flag. So if you don't know what that country's flag looks like, have mom and dad help you look it up, okay? So you can draw the whole country if you want, or you can draw like something you would do in that country, but somewhere on the picture I want you to draw the country's flag, okay? So when we meet for our pre-reading questions on the 18th, we're meeting on the 18th, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys my answers to these questions, all right? And if you guys want to, you can have mom or dad comment, message me, anything like that, your answers, your drawings, whatever you want, and your first name, and I'll try to feature as many as I can in the video as well, okay? So that is for Inside Out and Back Again. If you guys are doing true confessions, all right, my first question for you guys is, True wants to create her own TV show about her twin brother Eddie, who is developmentally disabled. Do you think people will react well to this show, or do you think they'll be uncomfortable, and why? So do you think if you turned on a TV show right now and it featured somebody who had special needs, would that make you really excited to see? Would you make it kind of feel like, I don't really care? Or would you be a little uncomfortable? And how do you think people around you would feel about it? And also, why would they feel that way? Why would you feel that way? The other question I have for you guys for this book is written in mixed media format, which we've talked about already. So lots of different ways of writing, from standard chapters to there's some text messaging in here. Lots of different ways of writing in this book. So what I want you guys to do is tell me, have you ever read a book in a mixed media format or a different media format, and did you like it? Did you think it was a cool way to read? Do you think you'll enjoy reading this one this way? And then the last thing I want you guys to do for True Confessions is True's creating a TV show. So what I want you to do is you can either draw it, you can write it, you can make little graphic novel squares about it. But I want to know is, if you had to create a TV show, what would your TV show be about? And some other questions you can answer here is, what genre would it be? Would it be sci-fi? Would it be fantasy? Would it be be realistic? Would it be a documentary? Who would you cast? So do you have a favorite actor you would put in it? Like, you could put Jennifer Lawrence in it from The Hunger Games, or you could put Daniel Radcliffe in it from Harry Potter. You know, who would you put in it? And would it require anything special? Like, would you need special costumes? Like, does it take place in the 1800s and everyone needs to wear corsets? You know, so what would you have that required something special about that? When we meet for our pre-reading questions on Thursday the 19th, I am also going to talk about my answers with you guys, show you guys my TV show that I would create, and then what I also want you guys to do is, if you have access to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, go ahead and do it yourselves as long as you have parent permission, or if you don't, go ahead and have your parents do it, but you can leave your answers in the comments below. You can leave your pictures in the comments below, in message, whatever, however you want to get it to me, and I will try to feature it in the video, the next video for the pre-questions, okay? Now, I know that some of you, I know that some people don't have access to social media, or their parents don't want them on social media, or don't want to do this. Don't worry, you don't have to be on social media, okay? So if you want to send me the comments and everything, and you don't want me to share them, just say that. Just say, please don't share, just wanted to show you what I came up with. And I will respond and follow as suit, okay? So the last book that we have is Far From the Tree, and I know my high schoolers out there, you guys do have access to social media, most of you, so feel free to be very active in commenting along and stuff like that. But the questions for you guys is, Joaquin is still in foster care while his two sisters have been adopted. Do you guys think that's going to be harder for him to connect with his sisters, or do you think he'll be really eager to have new sisters, like biological sisters in his life? My second question for you guys is, look at the title, Far From the Tree. What do you think Far From the Tree is going to mean for our characters and the plot of the book? And also, what do you think the phrase Far From the Tree means in everyday life? So, you know, what do you guys get from the phrase Far From the Tree? I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give away what my theory of an answer is, but just really think about that title. Write down your thoughts about that title and what you think it's going to do for the book, because sometimes you read a book and the title doesn't always make sense with the book, right? Like, you read a book called Pipsqueak and it's about a really tall guy, right? So you kind of want to play around with it and see what you think that title is going to mean. And the last thing I want you guys to do is, using mixed media, which is two forms of artistic design, you're going to make your own family tree. So whatever your family tree looks like for you. Maybe you're only close with your nuclear family and you just want it to be mom, dad, and you on the tree. Maybe there's people you don't talk to in your family, you don't want them on there. Whatever your family tree looks like for you, you're going to design it. Now, I would say the easiest way to go about doing this with mixed media format is to draw a tree with crayons, colored pencil, whatever, get some family photos out and create that family tree with family photos. However, this is your guys' moment to show me your artistic creative side. So whatever kind of mixed media you want to do. Maybe you want to paint and draw. Maybe you want to do graphic design and painting. You know, however you want to mix that up, that's what I want you guys to do, and send those to me. So please, please, please send that to me in the comments. I would love to see how your family trees come out. However, if your family's not comfortable with their pictures being on social media, that is okay. Let me know. I can either blur out their faces or just not post it, okay? But just let me know if they're comfortable or not comfortable with it in the comments when you send it to me. Also, please feel free to comment your answers to me, message, whatever. So that is a general announcement. I know I've said it 1,000 times, but just in case people fast forwarded to just their section, I wanted to make sure that you guys knew what you could do. So I want to be a part of your reading journey. Either way, I'm going to be here giving you my answers, so I just really want your guys' answers too to these pre-reading questions. So go ahead, whenever you have a chance between now and your pre-reading question scheduled date, so either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday of this week, go ahead, write down on a piece of paper your answers to the question, do the little activity with it, follow me, come to the channel on your day, sometime after 5 o'clock, and I will let you guys know my answers and show you my activity that I did with this, and we're just gonna go from there. We're gonna play it day by day with this. But yeah, if you want to read ahead, you guys have the reading dates when we'll be going over certain sections of the book. Go ahead. If you don't want to start until after our pre-reading date, that's fine. I did try to give you guys lots of time to get the book, which is why we're going to do pre-questions this week, so you do not need to have the book for this week. So if your day is Wednesday and you can't get the book until Friday or Saturday, that's okay. The pre-reading questions and that video you do not need the book for, okay? So that is that for right now. For my vlog, for my YouTube people who are not participating in this, for my older followers, guys, this is just a series that I'm doing for some kids, but if you want to follow along, go for it. As an adult, I love these books. All of them. I think they're all awesome books. But if you are an adult and you're like, oh, is this going to be your only content for the next 3 weeks? No. On Sundays, I'm still going to be posting my regular videos. So this series will be put in a separate playlist. If you guys want to be a part of this, but you don't want to be bombarded with my other videos, go ahead, head over to my playlist. It will be labeled Reading Challenge Grades with your grade and the book, okay? And if you do not want to be a part of this, but you want to be a part of my other bookish stuff on my channel, just go ahead, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, all that stuff, and we will work that out for you. But my normal videos that I post on Sunday will be posted as scheduled. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions at all, please go ahead and comment down below, shoot me a message, follow me on whatever social media you can get a hold of me on, and we'll go from there, okay? But for right now, all your job you have to do is focus on your pre-questions, get them written down and done before your pre-question date, and start trying to find the book before next week, okay? All right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye!